So, as it turns out, I've added a lot over the last 3 days. So, because I have like 6 or 8 hours of footage to cut through, this is going to be a lot quicker um, than the last one. Hopefully, a little bit more exciting, New thing after new thing. So, the first thing I wanted to add was another enemy, and this will be the last enemy I add for the beta that everyone will get to try out. This is his dive bomb. He had his regular fly attack. This is his regular fly, and the other one was just him pissed off, flying a little faster, and him just kind of standing there whenever he's not doing anything. So first, he has his dive bomb attack, flies up straight, picks a character to attack, and goes down, and I added a little bit of a shake to add to the impact. He can attack it as usual, but he's a lot easier. And actually, at this point, Jeff, when he hits him, instead of taking away health, his defense is so high, he actually adds it. So I needed to fix that, but I won't even figure it out until much later. Now let's see if he'll do the dive bomb. Not that one. Okay, maybe this is too early on. We will skip past it. Then, of course, I went into the battle, just testing things out, hoping the bear would show up, and realized the freaking problem. So, I had to fix it. Again, another break that I thought I'd fix. And again, because of course. Now, I tried to fix all this crap, but of course, I'm pretty sure this is what took me the rest of the night. I may have finished something towards the end, but this guy, it was really my fault. I screwed something up, but it's not worth it. No one's going to care. It's boring, okay? We'll cut to the point where I go and do the next thing. Okay, as per usual, look, he attacks properly. Alright, that's fine. Well, watch what happens when Jeff dies. God freaking damn it! Ah! So then I went back to coding, and recoding, and coding more, until I finally got it working. Yeah, nothing else can go wrong, right? Nothing else. I'll tell you what, this took me all freaking night. Okay? And at the end of the night, even though I had fixed what I thought was the only bug, more was to come. Just see. So it was day 2 of all this nonsense, and I didn't want to bother with the battle system again, because I was tired of it. Everything I did went wrong. So I decided to, try and skip through all this, just to find out now I can't even go to the battle system, and I don't know why. So of course, I had to go back to coding, try and figure it out. Lucky for me, because as frustrated as I was getting, this was pretty ridiculous. As it turns out, I just placed the wrong enemy into the overworld. The test enemy doesn't have any specifics to it because it was just like a base for the enemies. They do take some of its code, but it's not meant to be placed on its own. Yeah, just like that, it works. Yeah, to be honest, I wasn't trying to fight them. I knew it was going to work, so I was trying to skip past it just so I could show the village, since that's what I've been trying to do. But every time I have to run through that again, because up to this point, I hadn't added a cheat code for myself yet to jump to places without it glitching out. Because, of course, as I have it set up, things are more complicated than they kind of need to be. So to teleport, I have to have all this extra code in the background, blah, blah, blah. Boring, I know, and I got a lot more to talk about, so let's get going. Oh, and then I ran into another bug, which, hard to tell where it came from. Somewhere along the line, I managed to break my target system. Just one thing after... it's been a very long 3 days. I did get quite a few things actually done, and I fixed all these bugs. But Jesus, was I freaking stressed out. Come on. I've stayed up till 4 in the morning for the last 2-3 days just to get these bugs out. Instead of talking about the downfalls and the bullcrap, let's kind of brighten this up, because we're halfway through the video, and just talk about the things that I did add. So, as I was saying in the last video, I was trying to figure out how to speed the combat up, or at least give you something to do while you're waiting. So I had these little yellow balls. They come in at random positions, and if you run over and touch them, see, I missed that one. It'll take 10 points off of your current time, to help you out. At this point, I didn't realize that I was actually doing the opposite. When you touch it, it goes up, but it actually felt faster just because I was given something to do besides just sit there and stare at my toes all day. Da-da-da, yep, see, it worked. Fantastic, right? Look at that. Oh, I'm ready to fight already. Yeah, speed you up, and you have control over it, so it's kind of interactive. Maybe there'll be another system down the line, but this works for now. So, yep. Victory for me. The next thing I decided to add is when you win, you have a chance of getting an item. That was not how it's supposed to look. Yeah, as per usual, first drafts always go wrong. But I did eventually get it working to where I kind of liked it. So finally, I thought it's time to show off my town. And while I'm at it, I'll turn the music back on. I tried to fill up the village with as many random people as I can. There's Crackhead sleeping on a barrel. He's supposed to be behind it, but whatever, random glitches. This little girl, she kind of wanders around the town, give it a little bit of life. For some reason, they look like they're floating. I'll fix the shadows later. It's not important. I was kind of happy that they were there at all because everything else went so wrong. This up here, that's the kid's dad. The one down by the lake, or whatever you'd call it, is the little girl's mom. And maybe later on there will be something important going on there, These guys will be in different spots on where they're at. I'm just testing everything to make sure they appear. You can't do anything with Crackhead yet. You can't talk to anybody. The little girl's the young one that really is doing what she's going to be doing in the game. Maybe a little bit of, change to her path because she kind of just runs into a wall for some reason. That's the storekeeper down there in the red building. And he's really freaking short, but I figured I'd lay into it instead of having to draw him. That up there's the armory where you can buy weapons, where that blue guy was. Like I said, I record the voice after I record the video, so I don't know why I'm running away. But, I was happy how this was turning out. So I moved back on to fixing the little animation of the items you get whenever you win a battle. I probably should make it less likely you're going to get an item, but there's a reason that I'm going to leave it like this for now, because there is a bug that I discovered with my inventory. And I haven't figured out exactly what's causing it just yet. I fixed a few problems. Well, whenever you're in your inventory, right, and you have a specific item, for some reason it was glitching out. If you have two of the same item, it would change the behavior of that to 2 items down. I found it in the code, and I did manage to fix it. But there's one glitch that is still in the game that I cannot get rid of, and I don't know why. If you have more than one item in there, like say a banana and Skittles, if you use the last item of either one, the game will crash. Every time. So I don't know what's going on there. I'll have to fix it later, obviously, before I release a beta, because it's supposed to be polished and it's supposed to work. We will figure that out as we get to it. But for right now, it's fine. I'm the only one playing it. I know it's there, so I can avoid the crash. All right, on to the next thing. So next, I decided just to, add gamepad support, meaning controllers. So I didn't have to worry about it later on, because if I'm going through the game and I decide to add more buttons that you got to press or things you got to control that way, this is going to be a lot less of a pain in the butt for me. And bonus, it kind of condenses everything into my step event instead of having multiple events, one for each button that needs to be pressed. I don't know if it runs better on the game or not, but it makes it easier on me. So, yeet. It works with controllers. On to day 3, and this is where I discovered the problem with the menu whenever you had more of one item. So if you had 3 bananas, it would change what it would do whenever you would try to use it. This is how I fixed it right here, and it turned out that second grid set there that I'm not highlighting, the one with the 4 instead of the 1, I had plus something there, and it just needed to stay the same, but figure out what it was. That's all that was wrong there. Still don't know why it's crashing, but, you know, one step in the right direction. Whatever. Now at this point, I wanted to focus on the village and just to get the shadows right. I'm not worried about the talking yet. Everything's got to be close to finished for the beta anyways before that even matters. So I just added a little cheat code in here so I could teleport to the village without having to be running through all of that every time, because that was kind of annoying. You know, you play the same thing over and over again, it gets kind of boring. At this point, you know, I got all their shadows. Good, I was pretty happy with that. Did I do crackheads yet at this point? Nah, he still looks like he's sitting on the box with shadows underneath it. That's weird. Okay, we can fix him later. Doesn't matter. They're all good. I made shadows fatter for the bigger dudes. Everything's based on their feet to try and look right. You know. Oh yeah, and I added the most exciting feature. Barrel breaking. Yeah. Oh, and I also figured out why the bear wasn't showing up in combat, but yeah, he was broke too, so back to this bullshit. Make a long story short, yeah, I fixed him. Wait for it. Holy crap. Yep, he can dive and he can smash. Just take my word for it. Yes. Nobody wants to sit here while I talk about it. And he is pretty tough. Yeah. Oh, and game over, still bugged out. So if I press a button, it will crash. So I might as well just quit. And the last thing I really did, as of these last 3 days, was try to add shadows to the enemies. I got the spider fella here, but like I said, I stayed up till like 4 in the morning and I said, screw it, it is time for bed. Anyways, to anyone who's made it this far, thanks for watching. Please hit subscribe to, you know, keep up to date with this game if you're looking forward to playing it or not. If you got any ideas, leave them in the comments. Anyways, until next time, bye-bye.